Seattle Refined, the naked truth about a new play called The Naked Mole Rat. And I called in some pint-sized critics to do some digging. My own kids.
Hey, check it out. I'm on the runway. I brought my sister Willie to help me.
Then forget everything you thought you knew about food courts, because we just found one that blows that competition away.
I came hungry and I'm gonna leave full right now.
Plus, it's a perfect storm of high seas excitement and adventure, testing even the toughest competitors.
Argue over silly things because you're overtired, or you see someone you really care about get hurt.
Meet the local sailors taking part in a grueling race around the world. Seattle Refined starts now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Garth Swanson. You know, you probably wouldn't expect the word naked to be associated with the latest production at Seattle Children's Theater, but don't freak out. It's just part of the title, and it's definitely safe to bring the kids.
In fact, it's so tame, I sent my son, Svensgaard Swanson, backstage to cover the musical.
We are
The Naked Mole Rat Gets Dressed rocks from the beginning. It centers around dancing moles, happy every day being naked underground. Only one mole thinks there's more to life. Actor Duncan Frost plays Vente, a mole content to be naked.
naked mole rat.
This show takes a lot of prep.
All in all, it's around 5.5 weeks of learning how to do this 6 days a week.
Is it hard?
Some parts are hard. You know, it's like anything. Different things are hard for different people, right? Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, so you might need to spend a little extra time on, say, the dance. Like for me, I'd spend a little extra time dancing, whereas acting and singing I felt really comfortable with right off the bat.
Duncan is more than a mole with a good voice. He's also got moves, a lot of them.
Something else that's really cool. All right, we're gonna do a little bit that Rich and I do in the show, which is a little tail pull. So I'm gonna get out ahead of you and you're gonna pull my tail and it's gonna snap me back. Ready? Just like that. Now you do it, I'll do it to you. Okay?
This is definitely a tail wagging performance, but the real magic to this musical starts on the 3rd floor. Here at Children's Theater, they make every costume by hand. Each tail takes about 6 hours to sew, and the most pudgy outfits are custom fit. What is this?
This is the understructure we decided to make for our human-sized mole rats in order to give them a fun belly that we wanted them to have and a nice tail to dance with. So this makes them into our cutesy mole rats that we have on stage.
Oh, cool. Do you get sweaty and stinky in the suits? Like,
I get super sweaty. Not so stinky, but definitely sweaty. Those big suits are like wearing a pillow, and with the wigs on, those also, it's like wearing a wool stocking cap all the time. So you get really sweaty running around in those things.
And don't they put ice packs in it?
They put ice packs in mine, yeah. Because it just helps keep our body temp down so that we can keep rocking and rolling.
The staff also makes the hats you'll see on stage. It's non-stop work to pull off this production. The musical is sure to tunnel its way to your heart with strong messages like, do what you love and don't hurt anybody along the way. I'm Svensgaard Swanson for Seattle Refined.
The Naked Mole Rat Gets Dressed is on stage right now at Seattle Children's Theater. The hour-long musical runs through May 13th.
From naked vermin to the battle of the sexes, the Fifth Avenue is breathing new life into a beloved Broadway classic.
The Tony Award-winning show, Kiss Me Kate, plays now through April 29th. If you aren't in the know, it's the musical adaptation of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew. It's loaded with classic Cole Porter songs. And best of all, tickets are available right now. You can also snag tickets to The Great Leap playing over at the Rep. The play takes place in 2 communities on the brink of cultural revolution, China 1971 and San Francisco 1989, told through the lens of basketball. I don't know about you, but I think this sounds fascinating. The Great Leap runs through April 22nd.
We're getting close to patio season, and what better way to drink up the sun than with an ice-cold Vietnamese coffee?
If you aren't a fan of the sweet, refreshing goodness of Vietnamese coffee yet, you will be when you try it. Right now on SeattleRefined.com, we have the 5 best Vietnamese coffees in Seattle and where to find them. If you want to know, you're going to have to log on.
Okay, now that we've got you hungry, I want to go out on a limb and say I think food courts get a bad rap.
Sure, they aren't five-star dining, but stroll through your average mall food court and you can find McDonald's, Panda Express, Subway. But Refine's Brandon Bernstead traveled to the east side and found a food court that really raises the bar.
What's your favorite food? The thing you crave? That one dish that makes your mouth water? Whatever it is, it's a good bet you'll find it at Lincoln South Food Hall. 7 casual spots in one location right in the heart of downtown Bellevue.
It's more than just any kind of food hall. We're making everything from scratch.
Daniel LaFerrier is the executive chef at Lincoln South, responsible for overseeing the entire operation. He's got a fine dining pedigree, having spent 8 years in Las Vegas working for celebrity chefs like Daniel Boulud and Wolfgang Puck. But now he's turning his focus to fast casual.
I mean, and nowadays everybody's on the go. So your ability to get a pizza in 6 minutes or an artisanal sandwich on the fly is better than going to your quickie burger stop.
All right, I know we're going to check out some of these concepts. You're going to give me a little behind the scenes look, so where should we start?
I think we should start off at Barrio Luchador. We got our trompo rolling over there, so I think we should go check it out. So we're going to start off with our El Pastor taco. After we slice it off the trompo.
Right onto the flat top?
Yep, we want to get that nice and crispy.
Sure.
While the pork is working, Daniel gets a tortilla going on the flat top. These come from La Mexicana, a local tortilla manufacturer.
Is that one of those things where you're trying to source as much as possible locally or making as much as possible in-house?
Yeah, that was the main goal of the food hall, is if we weren't making it in-house, we were looking to source it locally.
Right.
So whether it was an ingredient or a product already made, and there's our El Pastor taco.
All right, let's just get in here. I actually love the caramelized pineapple, the Al Pastor, perfectly caramelized on the griddle. I mean, this is a really delicious taco.
If coffee and chocolate is more your speed, check out Dote Coffee Bar. At Dote, owner Sarah Dowd partners with world-renowned chocolatier and pastry chef Ewald Notter. Working solo out of a small kitchen in the back, Ewald is turning out luxurious truffles, confections, and his signature ganache. You can buy a jar to take home, or better yet, try it in a cookie or a pastry. Another crowd favorite at Lincoln South, pizza.
Dan, we're at Croste y Vino. We're gonna make some pizza. You guys making your dough in-house?
We are. My pizza dough, I started back in December, and we recycle the dough in the sense of like a sourdough style. So my pizza dough's got a little bit of bite to it, which thoroughly enjoy. It gets its own signature flavor.
Love it. Let's check it out.
Daniel is whipping up one of his favorite pies, the swine, vine, and bovine. It's like a meat lover's pizza on steroids, topped with buffalo mozzarella and a heaping helping of pork, then baked at over 700 degrees.
Finish this off with a little garlic-infused extra virgin olive oil.
Is this like a personal size? Because I feel like one person could easily take this thing down. I came hungry and I'm gonna leave full right now. That's so good.
For Seattle Refined, I'm Brandon Bernstead.
To learn more about the Lincoln South Food Hall, log on to our website. Seattle Refined is just getting started. Skiing and skivvies. We'll show you the brave souls shredding the slopes while dressed for the beach. But first,
it's been 9 months since I left Seattle. It's been a long time, and I cannot wait to get there.
One of the world's most grueling sporting events is heading towards Seattle. Meet the local sailors conquering this global adventure.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. It may be the most grueling, most competitive event on the planet. Our sponsor, the Clipper Around the World race, takes sailors on a 40,000 nautical mile journey. And as we speak, crews are finishing up the final leg from China to Seattle right now. And to top it all off, there are locals on the water racing to get home.
11 70-foot identical yachts, racing for nearly a full year. Sailors, some old sea salts loaded with experience, some just getting their feet wet. Like Shannon Dean, a nurse from Seattle. She signed up for a couple of races, not the entire trip. It's the challenge she was looking for.
The best part of the race has been the people. It's just, I've seen beautiful things out there and I love being offshore, but the most amazing experiences I've had are the people I've met on Clipper.
The Clipper Round the World race is arguably the most grueling sporting event on the globe. More people have climbed Mount Everest than sailed around the world. Nikki Henderson is the skipper of the Visit Seattle yacht. At 24 years old, she's the youngest person and woman to lead a team in the history of the race. A short while ago, Nikki led her team to victory in Race 8, the fifth leg from Australia to China, facing everything Mother Nature could throw at her, including 90-mile-an-hour windstorms and monster waves. 1,700 miles later, Visit Seattle crossed the finish line first. It was time to celebrate.
It's an amazing, amazing welcome. I've never seen so many photographers in my life. I feel like a celebrity. It's exciting and it's really, really nice to get to a port where they're as excited to have you as you are to be there.
It's been really, really awesome.
But the champagne party didn't last long. It was back on the ocean. Right now, teams are battling in the Pacific from China to Seattle. They're a bit behind schedule because of the weather.
It's a very active Pacific, winds at 30 knots, a very active jet stream, which basically controls all of this wet weather system. Things are improving just a bit, so this low makes its way to the north and east, and things do clear out just a bit as the team comes into Seattle.
It takes special crew members to compete at sea. It's exhausting. Space is limited. You battle more than just the water, but your wits.
Argue over silly things because you're overtired, or you see someone you really care about get hurt, or have something happen at home, and so there's just been so much emotion mixed up in our relationships on board, and so for me that's the best part and the hardest part.
The boats are set to port any day here in Seattle. For now, they're still racing on the Pacific, a grueling 5,528-mile leg.
Looking forward to getting back home, sleeping in my own bed for a while, seeing friends, family, seeing Seattle. It's been 9 months since I left Seattle. It's been a long time, and I cannot wait to get there.
The boats will start arriving tomorrow through the weekend. You'll be able to climb aboard and also meet the crew from April 21st through the 29th. You got to check these yachts out.
From boats to bikinis.
Check out the latest photo gallery on SeattleRefined.com. We went to the bikini and board shorts downhill at Crystal Mountain last weekend. Look at this. Snowboarders and skiers wear a little less than normal for this annual spring skiing event. It looks fun, but to be honest, a little too cold for me. Head to our website to see more. Coming up on Refined, it's the flavor synonymous with the Northwest around the globe. Plus, it's a giant job, but someone's got to do it. Meet the men whose handiwork is music to our ears. Like us on Facebook, tweet us your story ideas, or shoot us an email telling us what you want to see on the show. You can find our inbox at hello@SeattleRefined.com.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. People who aren't from the Northwest tell me all the time they didn't know how good seafood could taste until they came here to Seattle. It's true. We have some of the best seafood around. Washington-grown Val Thomas Matson visited a local company doing its part to share the flavor with the rest of the world.
Sea Bear has been smoking salmon in Anacortes for about 60 years. We caught up with President Mike Mondello to show us around and talk about his business.
What was the inspiration for your business?
So it started in 1957 with a gentleman named Tom Savage, and he was a local fisherman who just decided one day he was going to start smoking salmon and started selling smoked salmon to the taverns in the area. And they loved it, and it sold well. They said to him, can you make it last longer? And that's where he came up with the pouch that we use in our packaging that makes the product shelf stable.
What makes Washington State so special for you to do your business?
Well, Washington State's the heart of salmon country. If you're going to have a great salmon company, it's got to be here. And it starts with excellent salmon. You can't make great food without great raw materials. But then from there, it's pure, natural, wild ingredients. It's handcrafted. So it's an artisan smokehouse, and that's what separates us from many of the other kind of smoked salmon you can buy.
Are you ready to take me on the process?
Sure, let's go see it.
All right, let's do it.
We might even have you fillet some fish.
Oh, I'd love to.
So this is where it all starts. The hand filleting of the fish. There are machines that could do this for us, but we don't think that's the right way to make an artisan product. So they're individually hand filleting. It's a multi-step process, and this is a real talent.
I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm just gnawing the fish. I got that part. Oh my gosh, mine doesn't look like yours. There's a lot of fish left on that.
We'll get out of the way so Mike's team can finish filleting and curing the salmon to get it ready for the smoker.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's been hand filleted, it's been cured, and now it's in the smoker. And as soon as we close this up, we're going to start the smoke.
Okay.
And this will smoke for 6 to 8 hours. What they're doing here is they're making our smoked salmon in the gold seal pouch. This pouch is like a flexible can.
So is that why you don't have to refrigerate smoked salmon then?
This kind of smoked salmon, that's right.
Okay.
And all these pouches will go into the big pressure cooker, and they'll be cooked in their own juices. And then that product will be beautiful Northwest-style smoked salmon that'll be shelf-stable, no refrigeration required, for several years. This is the final product, and so that's what's in the cases. And when we get orders from wholesale customers, we pick and ship.
Okay. So, Mike, after all of that, what are we tasting here?
So this is the wild Alaskan sockeye smoked in the traditional Northwest style that we saw being made.
Oh, all right.
Let's give it a shot.
A little try. This is great. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Tune into Seattle Refined every Wednesday for more stories from our partners at Washington Grown. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show. You know, normally on Refined, we show you the newest restaurants, movies, and plays. But today, we want to show you organs, the musical kind. Refined's John Prentice discovered the secrets of their timeless sound.
Wyatt Smith is a professional organist, taming Bach with his hands and feet.
My shoes, and most organists wear these special shoes that have a higher heel, giving us the ability to skip pedals playing with our toe and then heel and alternating back and forth.
Wyatt has serious skills and knows a good instrument when he plays one.
This is a very good instrument. It's immense. This organ does have a 32-foot stop that just kind of shakes you. One thing a lot of people don't realize is how much stuff is crammed behind the few pipes they can see.
All of these pipes, from the tiny whistles to these truck exhaust-sized rumblers, were placed by this guy, Rene Marceau of Marceau Organ Builders in Ballard. He and his crew have built dozens of pipe organs from San Diego to Alaska to this one inside Trinity Episcopal Church on First Hill.
You have to be a woodworker, a metal worker, and kind of a musician too, right?
Yes. I know how to play, and it really helps. So we're going to tune a pipe. We're going to tune this pipe right here.
His shop is stacked to the rafters with parts, some new, some old, some older.
How old are these pipes?
Usually about 110 years old.
Sean is Renee's right-hand man.
This is a type of trumpet pipe, and it works almost like a clarinet with a vibrating reed tongue here.
Sean and Renee take pedals, electronic valves, keyboards, and pipes and make them all work together.
So you can hear the blower, that little noise, and this comes up. And so this inflates. Push the key down, and you get a sound. And that's how an organ works.
Marceau makes building these complicated instruments look so easy. But for organists like Wyatt, he's just glad it works, so he can keep doing what he loves.
Thank you.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
If you'd like to hear the Trinity Parish organ in action with your own ears, swing by for one of their monthly recitals.
All right, that's going to do for today's show. I'm Garth Swanson. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next time right back here on Seattle Refined.